Have you met the mistress? You're to see.
20 minutes later.
You said it.
Stupid
Thumb.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll Together RPG. Oh, no, we're going to have to stop now. Sorry. Bye, everybody.
We're not doing it.
No, we're not doing it anymore. Bye.
I put on my special jumper.
You didn't want to look like a track star anymore, did you?
No, I wanted to look like Rambo.
Yep.
That's fair enough.
I'm a forest man now.
Forest man.
I live in the woods.
We live in the woods. Welcome to Roll Together RPG, everybody. That was
okay.
Yeah. Where's she going? Yeah, I'm going to keep this all in. This is all special stuff for the people who are watching. Hello, my name is Josh. Welcome back to Roll Together RPG. I use he/him pronouns. I shall be your game master for tonight. And as you can see, I am joined by two absolutely fabulous Jungle Janes. I'm going to let them introduce themselves now, starting off with Nat.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she/her pronouns. I'm playing Fig, who also uses she/her pronouns. Fig is totally a hero and is doing a real good job at it and didn't throw up everywhere and is a fighter. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have Tom.
Hello, it's Tom. I use he/him pronouns, as does Elpino, who is a bard. Hang out with some dryads. A little bit of like choking. I know the Queen says it's not choking.
Wait, you like choking?
Just
a little bit of light choking.
Little bit of like.
Good to clarify these things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Elpino is into. I don't think Elpino knows what Elpino is into.
And
yeah,
Fig is fine with this.
Good. Like any great game where you're like, amazing. I, as Nat, and I, as Fig, do not want to know. And that is just not a door we're going to open. We've been on the road for many months, and there's just some questions we haven't asked. No. And we will never will.
No.
Also, our sweet baby boy is out there somewhere in the woods being spied on by dryads. He's got to be very... I don't think we gave him enough warning about how dryads can be.
I have concerns about leaving Theo with dryads.
Because Theo is a good, sweet, nice boy, and dryad, they're just going to be leaning against trees going, yoo-hoo, and he'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, are you lost? Oh,
can I help you with that, madam? Oh, you dropped this.
Oh, I would happily share a drink with you. We just come bursting out, we're like, Theo, oh no.
What's that? You need your oven fixing?
I'm supposed to do something here, aren't I? I'm supposed to stop this madness. Yes, before we dive into tonight's session, we have a couple of sponsors and supporters to thank. Our sponsor for tonight is Phoenix Dice. You can go to phoenixdice.com to get yourself some clickety-clack math rocks, including some limited edition roll together dice, which I have been loving. What is going on with my English?
Lovely dice. Lovely dice.
Lovingly displayed by my two models here. We are also proud to be supported and support Bearded Ladies, which is a clothing company made by Roll Together veterans Ed and G. Check out the links in the description below to check out their stock and also find them on social media where they do some really cool interviews with other fashion industry based people. They are really interesting to listen to. Massive thank you to the D20 Club, Dice Heads, and others on Patreon. If you like what you see, you can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one dryad, which must be sent to Tom. By following the links.
No, stop sending Tom dryads.
They just hang out on my sofa and they're like, so, yeah, no, I'm like,
it's a nightmare.
What I'm waiting for is, because this is the same recording session as the last episode that you've all watched, that I started saying dryads. I'm expecting that when the next set of episodes come out, I'm going to say one dryad that must be sent to Tom, and dryad's just going to go, yes, and bring out a stick. I have lots of them.
I love my horrible tree wife. She keeps getting Fortnite bucks. That's what she's into now. That's how she's spending my money. Anyway,
a little light choking.
With a little bit of light choking. Anyway, we're going to dive into tonight's session and go into the recap and find out what this fascination with choking is.
Yes, that's the main important thing to do.
So the most important thing that we must discover. Important lore. Important character lore.
Her?
A
woo.
A woo?
Woo.
Ooh.
Cut to us trying to talk to the wolves. Like, a woo?
Ooh.
I am able to speak. Ooh, woo. Are you going to feed me? Ooh.
Well, we've established in Roll Together lore that the sort of official wolf language is Awu.
A woo?
Awu. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. In our last session, both, I nearly said your long-running campaign characters' names rather than your current campaign characters' names.
Oh, it's me, Bram. Oh, tree attacked me.
Bram and Elodie.
You want me to do what with a spear?
I think this is a very funny thing that if we just swapped into the characters, like, how would it react? She's like, have you met my talking fox?
To be
Not
fair,
here currently.
Elodie and Fig have similar levels of strength.
Oh.
Which is not a lot. But yes, both Fig and Ellie were introduced to the town, city, settlement of the Grove of the Dryads, and they met with their leader, who is known as the Mistress, or Tom.
Her
No,
name's-
Josh, you
Yeah.
know, right?
Ah, damn it.
Spell it out. What's her name
No,
like?
no, don't spell it out, because I spell it out when I say it, and it's not the way that you say it. Irides?
No.
No, it's not. What is
What's
it?
her name like?
I don't bloody know. It's
Her
a
name is
melody.
like-
Name
Yes.
is like a
A
melody.
melody.
That means nothing to me.
It's Eurydice.
There we go, Eurydice.
Come home with me.
They met the leader of the Dryads, the queen of the Dryads, Eurydice.
Close.
Close.
Good enough.
That's
Don't
what we're
say-
going with.
Don't say
This is
it
what
to-
happens when you want to use the actual lore.
Yeah.
Like
Don't-
people who actually appeared in the lore, maybe in slightly different ways. You need to learn to pronounce their names, or you do a me and you avoid it like the plague.
Heracles.
Hercules.
Yeah.
I did that one on purpose. Anyway, yes, you met with her, and she showed you that she was pretty
Pretty.
Pretty.
badass, and questioned who you were, questioned your connection with Corinna, questioned your ability to be heroes, questioned what Ellie was about. Lots of questions. Didn't provide that many answers, but a deal was struck where she would provide you with a map of the, and if you were to provide her with a map, she would tell you where the borders to this settlement is, so that the woodcutters from Erithos wouldn't encroach on the territory. She also asked for you to deal with a dark creature that is a majestic creature that has been corrupted by darkness, that is flying around and destroying parts of the grove and attacking her people and killing them. You both know this to be a griffin. You know that a griffin went missing during the recent battle between the Athenians and the Spartans that you came across in our very first session. Spartans had brought a griffin, or a number of griffins, with them to fight in that conflict, and one of them has been spotted and seems to be corrupted by some sort of darkness. You also spoke to this goddess about, or this queen of the Dryads, about the witches of the wilds, which she describes as abominations, and they have been practicing in an ancient magic known as necromancy. It does go by other names in other cultures, where the spirits of the dead are brought back and put into bodies, and an army has been raised. And you know, she seems to think that you're not ready for that yet, but you might be able to prove her wrong. All of your gear.
No, I agree. We're not ready.
You're definitely not. All of your gear has been taken away from you at this point. She is going to help put some improvements on it. In exchange, Big is going to train some of the Dryads up in the ways of human combat and how to use weapons, because Dryads tend to use more natural things like their fists and trees and magic. And Theo, who you'd left outside of the town, is going to be brought in, or this settlement is going to be brought in as well, so that he's not left out there for however many days you're here. That's where we're going to pick up. A little bit of a time skip. Actually, no, because I want to see what your reactions are going to be around this town and what it is you actually want to do. So as you leave this large tree area, you are followed by or escorted by 2 dryads that met you at the entrance. Now, their common names, or their Greek names, as Greek is the common language here, are Oakley and Barker. Their true names, which are in Olympian, are Leaf on the Wind and Stump in the Ground.
Was it painful for us to hear their true names in Olympian?
It wasn't painful for you to hear their true names, no.
Just when Elpenor speaks.
Because Elpenor is mortal.
Sure.
I just get a very sore throat and a bit of a bloody nose, you know? It's almost like you're breaking the natural balance of the universe.
If Elpenor ever needs humbling, he just speaks in Olympian.
It's true. Or if I need sympathy, where I just say, where are the toilets? And then just come out and go, oh no, oh, someone punched me, oh no, violence. It's a con. Anyway.
Liar and a
And a
liar.
player. Anyway.
Liar playing a liar.
Right, okay, so the dryads, are they leading us to places, or are we just being allowed to wander?
You're being allowed to wander, and they are going to, well, Leaf on the Wind, or Oakley, is going to escort and follow you around everywhere. Stump in the Ground, or Barker, is going to take your gear off to be maintained and upgraded and all of that sort of stuff so that you can fight.
So have they taken, like, Fig has a shield as well. Have we kind of been...
Everything's been taken off of you. At this
Item
point,
stripped,
even your armour would have been taken as well, yeah.
Metal as well.
Yeah.
Do they know what to do with metal?
You don't know, but they're going to do something with it.
We should follow Barker and see what their intentions are.
I mean, the fear is that they're just going to strip all the metal out of it and just... So I'm looking at Oakley. Is that all right? Are we allowed to wander this place, or?
Of course you can. I will escort you wherever it is that you request to go.
We request to go see the work being done on our items.
Of course. Please follow myself and my companion here.
Again, side-eyeing to Fig. I'm like, Because we've both got items where we're like, we'd rather they didn't tinker so much.
Yeah.
You know, certain patrons of ours probably wouldn't appreciate someone going, I joked with Nat, they're just going to put like racing stripes on the loot and go, there you go, that's better.
We fixed it, we made it better.
Yeah. We added extra. We added like a bell, so you could ring a bell while you're playing. Thank you. That's just.
With all due respect, Oakley, your lady's offer to make improvements to our items is very, very kind. They are precious to us, so we would like to have discussions as to what's going to be done before anything happens.
That is perfectly understandable, as you are the ones who will be using the equipment. But yes, please follow Barker, and we will lead you to our metal worker.
They have a metal worker.
It is a hideous thing, but there are those in the Grove who require metalwork in order for them to function. And she looks, and you can see there's a couple of centaurs walking around.
A quiet grumble from me, but that's
So what, Alpion? What isn't real?
Name something. I'll see if I know what to do.
Okay, well we've learned clearly like what griffins, centaurs,
Griffins
dryads.
are real. Dryads.
Nymphs
are real.
Harpies? Are they actually?
Harpies are real. Sirens are real.
The people are actually going to want me to defeat a harpy now.
Yes. You know, he gets like a slight smile, but you already have. Just,
What if one comes along and challenges me?
because you murdered its father. Don't let it scratch you. Don't let it pick you up. I mean, harpies obviously turn up in times of distress, places of... Actually pauses slightly and then goes... Right, okay, interesting. I don't want to make Nat make a thing here, but do you want to roll history? Just think, because he's not saying something here.
Well, it's a history or insight, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, it's well, no, his history would be a 9. It was a bad roll.
Again, it's sort of. I don't know how much you. Again, when you were like, "Oh, it's fairy stories," but I think you would be like, "Yeah, harpies turn up to punish something when a house has fallen into disrepute. If a terrible act has been performed, the harpies will be on the roof." And the fact that he stopped himself from saying that, you're like,
I see.
yeah. We're looking at other myths where certain things have happened and then the harpies have turned up. He moves on quickly. Pegasus, I assume, well, joined the stars.
That's quite a good one.
Yes. Maybe there will be other Pegasi else there. The Fates, I believe, you know.
You just hear from Oakley, who's standing within range to be able to hear what you're both saying. But when you said the Fates, there's just a sort of a noise that comes out of them.
What do you know of the Fates, Oakley?
They are not to be trifled with.
No.
And their rule is absolute. Even some gods fear them.
How do you know if you've upset them?
The Fates?
How? Just as we're walking, but I think Figure's sort of slowed down a little bit at this. Is it possible to, if you've defied them, are they cross about it, or in defying them, have you actually just done what they decreed?
The Fates don't decree anything. There is a strand that each mortal life must follow, and the Fates ensure that those strands are... the ends of those strands are reached. What the Fates don't like is when somebody tries to split from their strand, tries to do something that they are not, as you humans call it, destined to do.
But how do you know? What if you're just acting on impulse and survival instinct, but people seem to think that a certain thing should happen, and you don't? You make sure it doesn't happen. Is that defying the Fates, or is that doing what was always fated?
It depends on the severity of what it is you have done. Have you ever experienced a moment where you've dropped something unexpectedly, or tripped over something, or you've not won one of your many human games that you play and you put it down to bad luck?
Quite frequently, I'm surprisingly clumsy.
That is one. Some cultures call it karma. If you experience bad karma or bad luck, that is a sign that the Fates are not happy with you. When it gets extreme is when those around you get hurt. Maybe even sometimes die. It is the Fates choosing to intervene. It's very rare that it happens, but they can sometimes choose to intervene and cut somebody's threads short earlier than intended. Than what was destined.
Take a moment and look at Elpinor, and then just let's go see what's happening with our weapons.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You both carry on walking.
Both looking very like, oh god.
And Oakley's got a very sort of, basically like leaf on the wind sort of walk to her. She's very sort of spry and chirpy as she's walking along. And you watch as Barker rounds a corner, and you follow round, and you can see that there's a long line of sort of stalls and things where there are various different species that are doing trades and things. You can see that there are a number of these goat-like people, which Elpenor would know as satyrs, as you're quite knowledgeable about mythology and all of that sort of stuff, aren't you? Yeah, so you see these satyrs. You can see there are other dryads. You can see there's centaurs around. You see something that looks strange to you, at least. There is a stool that is it's made out of a more grayer wood than everything else. Everything else is lovely and brightly coloured. This one is made out of a grayer wood and has sort of like a white canopy to it. And behind it is a rather short looking figure who is almost bluish of skin, but has got lots of big, thick furs on, and is carrying what looks to be like large buckets of fish around, and is putting them down to sell. It looks like he's some sort of a fishmonger. And
where does the fish come from around here?
That's one of our what would you call it? One of our foreign exports. They travel from faraway lands.
It can't be that far away, because it would go rotten, surely.
It's amazing what magic can do.
Sort of like there are secret paths in the world, especially when it comes to the trees.
Do you think... No, never mind.
No, go on. Better to ask questions.
I was just thinking of the ship from Athens getting stuck in the storm and how much easier it would be. But Eurydice is right. Humans can't be trusted, right?
I would like it, personally, if there was a way that these different forces could all live in harmony, it seems. But one person, well, you know. Again, he's holding back because he possibly was going to make a comment on the mistress of this place. Thinks people are very protective of what they consider to be their own, as we know. Someone, even if it's done for the best possible reason, these things can be corrupted, changed. Yeah.
Please feel free, if there is any trading that you would like to do amongst any of these market stalls, please feel free. The merchants take all kinds of currencies, whether they be gold or acorns or anything like that.
Oh. We have very little human currency, let alone anything else. Had I known that you'd accepted acorns, we might have picked up a few on the way in.
I mean, usually I would offer a song, but, like...
A song is something that can also be traded, yes.
Right.
We better see about those upgrades then.
Yeah.
And you carry on walking, and you just hear a loud noise come from where you've just come from. One of the market stalls, you can't see exactly where, but one of them goes, "By Odin's beard, come and buy some fish from me." Carry on travelling.
He's a dwarf of the north, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they get around.
I said there were going to be references to other mythologies in here somewhere. Yeah. You watch as Barker stops into sort of an entranceway to a tree, and turns, and it knew you were coming the entire time, and gestures for the pair of you to walk in before them.
Thank you.
Appreciated.
And this is a very odd tree for all of you, for the pair of you, because it is the entranceway is the width of the trunk, and as you step into the tree, it's bigger on the inside, basically.
It's bigger on the inside.
It's blue. What? It's massive on the inside, and as you walk in, you just get this intense heat sort of flood over all of you, and you can hear the sounds of metal clanging on metal, and there's a massive furnace behind this large table-like counter that's in the center of this room, and this furnace leads up into a sort of funnel that spits smoke out of the top of the tree. But when you look up, instead of seeing the canopy of leaves and everything that were over the entire settlement, you can just see beautiful night sky. The night sky itself has got purple and orange and green streams. It's basically like the northern lights is flowing across the sky as you look up at it. And behind this large table-like counter that's got various different weapons and armors and everything on it, you can see a large centaur who has got a sort of balding head that's tied up into balding head at the front, but long hair at the back that's tied into a ponytail. They are sort of brownish of fur on them with a lighter skin tone, with a very pointed goatee and two horns that stick out of their head. And they've got a hammer in their hand, and they're just smashing the hammer down onto this large anvil that's raised quite high up. You watch as Oakley walks in but stays quite close to the entrance, and Barker walks up to this large table, places your items down onto the table, and then takes a step back and stands on the opposite end of the door. Maybe the intense heat in here is probably not very nice for them, although they're not both made out of wood at this point, because that illusion's not on them, but they don't like the heat, basically, or at least this type of heat. And this figure is just smashing into the anvil as you all walk in. Hears the clatter of items and sort of stops, looks around, sees you two, cocks his head. He then does a whistle where he doesn't need to use his fingers, just sort of moves his tongue, and that type of whistle that people can do. That I can't even whistle, so yeah. But he does a whistle, and out from behind the stacks comes a satyr who is looking very grubby and dirty. Looks like they've got a big barrel on their back, and in that barrel you can see the hilts of various different weapons. And they come running out, and they look over the pair of you like, customers. Looks you up and down. Humans? Oh, interesting. It sort of gets right up into both your faces and goes, "Can you see me?"
Yes. Master Forger, we can see you.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I've only ever seen I've been this close to a human before, but I've never spoken to one. Wow. Hello. How are you doing?
We are well. Thank you for asking. Thank you for your hospitality.
Very kind.
Yeah.
What may we call you?
My name is Furnace. Don't laugh at it. I know there's the giant thing behind me, but my name is Furnace, all right?
It's a strong name.
I'm joking. You can laugh at it if you want to. It's quite funny, to be fair. It's not spelt the same way, though.
No.
I'll be honest, given the grove and the sort of the very foresty nature, honestly, when you said furnace, I thought it was spelt like the fern sort of way.
Fern, and then us on the end, and not spelt the way that thing is spelt. If you write in that particular language, anyway. Anyway, what can we do for you? Why have we got humans in my lovely little abode?
Well, we are on a mission from the mistress of this place.
Oh, well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, humans aren't normally allowed in here, so it would have to be the mistress that would allow you in here. So that's good, right? And what is this mission, and what do you require from your humble servant, Furnace?
We need to kill a griffin.
I've heard about there being a rampaging griffin around. Majestic and absolutely adorable creatures. Not normally ones to hurt others, unless provoked, of course. But there have been rumours that there are those who are training them to the south to fight in their battles for them. A human thing, unfortunately.
Queen Eurydice mentioned something, not just trained for ill deeds, but some sort of darkness inflicted with some sort of blight.
We have
perhaps?
heard of this.
So I was wondering if you knew of anything, if there was a way to cure it, maybe. Obviously, we'll try and stop it if we can, and if it comes to having to kill it, I'd really rather not, but if we have to, then we must. But if there was some way to rid it of the corruption.
Oh, unfortunately not. This whole corruption and darkness thing that's been happening for a little while now is still relatively new, and we've managed to keep ourselves relatively safe from it. So we've not had any reason to study it. So we don't actually know what to do about it, to be fair. So anything that has been corrupted by the darkness is sort of,
Have you tried eating a little bit of the corruption to ingest it and have it within your soul, so then you're stronger at fighting the corruption that's afflicting all of these lands? I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age lately, sorry.
I understood the reference. I got the reference. Oh no, ingesting. Oh no, that doesn't sound good. It sounds like the corruption that would be what would cause you to get corrupted, no matter how much you dilute it.
That does sound like a weird way of treating things, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then that doesn't sound like that's a good thing to do.
Never mind.
So we're not going to eat the...
No, especially if you then have children and that children becomes an elder god.
A weird coincidence, but not... In all honesty,
we're joking. It's Dragon Age lore, but Dragon Age coming soon.
Oh, we're announcing it. Yes. Well, we would be curious in researching. The queen of this place does not believe our items would be capable of.
It goes to turn round and sort of knocks one of you in the head with like the hilt of a spear that's sticking out, just the hilt, not the spiky bit. Knocks you in the head with it as he leans down and looks at your items, and you watch as he pulls like this strange thing, like a circular thing with a diamond on the end out, and he starts looking over the end of it. It's like it's a microscope. Looks over it and it's like, oh yeah, this all looks like shit. Other than this thing, and he pulls out your spear fig. This is quite good.
Not the lyre. The very special lyre, the immaculate lyre that's not like any lyre that anyone has ever seen before. That's not.
I mean, it looks nice, but it's not a weapon.
Well, it depends how you... Yes.
It's not a weapon I specialise in anyway. If you wanted, if you're one of these types that likes to use your words, then you might want to go see one of the dryads.
Just tell him that the quill is mightier than the sword. Stop hurting his ego.
No,
that's not to you. That's to
the quill is mightier than the sword. I don't know what a quill is, but it is mightier than the sword.
It's this.
Interesting. Slips the glass and it's like interesting. Let me have a look.
Yes, I was. If it's
you stab somebody in the eye with it?
Well, yes, of course you could. This is probably not the best idea. Anyway, I'm going to just
take
it.
You are freakishly close to me. That's better.
I'm just going to take. Picks up the lyre, holds it close to his chest. Yes, I think the artisan who first made this probably wouldn't appreciate it being adapted. He has a...
It's not something I'd touch anyway, to be fair. It looks too good to be ruined.
Yeah, sort of like with...
I'm not saying that I'll ruin anything that I touch. It's just that's not a weapon that I specialise in. In fact, I don't even think it's a weapon, to be fair. But if you're one of these magic types, then that's your prerogative. Go get that sorted out elsewhere.
I'm gonna pat Alpino on the shoulder. It's just like, it's fine, it's okay.
I deal with more the martial types. So what can I do for the stuff that you have? Or what would you like to be done for the stuff that you have, and how are you going to pay for it?
Before we go in, Fig does hear him say very quietly, Hermes would be so mad, which is such a weird thing to say, but here we go. Yeah, I've kind of like fallen out of the conversation now because I'm holding basically my trinket. It's like, it's my baby. It's like, I need it. I think that's the thing. You kind of quietly hear that I've started sort of composing. So he clearly had a song back there, and he's like, no, I need to. You know, it's quite. You know, reminds you of spring and emerald eyes. Anyway, yes, Fig, you have a conversation.
Okay, no, just ignore. He's going through some things. This spear, family heirloom, blessed by Athena.
Interested.
I wouldn't want to interfere with any of her influence upon it. But if you had a way to... Honestly, I'm not very strong, and I'm not very quick. So I don't know whether actually sharpening it would make any bit of difference, or whether it'd be better to, I don't know, work on my armour instead, or helping me sharpen my instincts in a way, I guess.
Right, so what you're telling me is that you're using this spear, but you're not strong enough to wield it.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, that's something I can work with. Don't worry about that. I can definitely do something to help you there. Going to acquire a few modifications. Oh, I reckon I've got a couple of ideas popping up in my head right now, and I can definitely do those for you. Sounds good. Now, what would you like done with the armour, sorry?
Oh, I don't know. Something that the undead can't bite through. I mean, look, the shield's a bit tattered, and actually, if we could get rid of the Spartan sigil on the shield, that would be great.
Yeah, I can definitely. I don't know what a Spartan is, but I can definitely do that. You want that? The
upside down V thing.
Okay.
Let's get rid of that.
What would you like in its place?
Elpino.
So,
Come back to the room.
Melody, yes. Yeah, hello. Yes.
You're, no, that's a conversation for later. You're better at the artistic stuff. Furnace said that he could do a new design on my shield.
Yes, we want something for the hero here, the unfallen.
Hero, you say? Oh, well, now.
I mean...
Now, if you'd come in here and you told me that you were a hero, I would have told you that I could do any... Well, I mean, I can do anything, but if you're a hero...
Something in honour of Athena and...
Right.
Justice.
A justice sigil. Her honorific is the unfallen. Something that would appease grey-eyed Athena, would grant her success in battle.
I have an idea of something that I can do. If you would like to lead, and now, I will say to you now that you say about stopping these undead from biting you. Have you seen the armor that you humans wear? At least in this area.
I mean, look, I've got to still be able to move around.
Yeah, but your legs are exposed, your arms are exposed. It's like, you know, you're gonna have to go far to the west if you want to get like full body suits of armor and things. There's even people up north who wear full furs with their armor. There is in this day and age.
Who's wearing full armor in this economy at this time?
Weather, in this time period? There is.
We do
spend because I said so.
Oh, I was going to say we do spend a lot as heroes, a lot of our time naked, and that seems to be what you put on the pods.
That's why I said far to the west. Remember, the world's round. It could be like right next door to them.
Says who?
This is me talking to you, Tom. Carry on.
Actually, I don't know if the Greeks knew. They must. Yeah, they knew the world. They must have known the. Yeah, Archimedes did the thing with the like. Yeah, we know the world's round. Yeah, that's right. We've known that for thousands of years. We're coming for you.
This
Copernicus, also Greek.
Yeah, this satyr believes that in order for you to get to Japan or China, you've got to go to the west because you've got to go around the world.
Yeah.
He's never travelled east.
Was Japan colonised at this point? I can't remember. I did know at one point. Anyway.
Anyway, what we yes, armor. Yes. So if you could find some armor for her,
Something on braces, I suppose.
Yep, I can definitely do something with that. I could help you with some equipment in that sort of sense. Would you like the stuff that you have to be upgraded, or would you like to purchase something brand new?
We have very little by way of currency, so I suppose whatever we can afford. I can't let go of the spear. That is precious to me. Everything else, I'll take what I can get.
Well, maybe that is a conversation that we need to have before we progress any further in this. What is your preferred payment method? We do not accept credit.
Well, I have an agreement with Queen Eurydice to help train some of the folks that live here in the Grove in human-style combat. Would that be useful to you?
Ooh.
You work with arms and armour. Surely understanding how they can be exploited would be of use to you.
That's interesting. I always get the dwarf coming here asking for me to fix his hammer, and then we get the satyrs and the other satyrs and the other centaurs come in here to get their hooves sort of fixed up in places, and I'm starting to feel more like a groomer than an actual blacksmith. So having people with the ability to actually fight with weapons is very intriguing to me. I will take you up on that and put a discount on the total price. Once you've obviously started the training, of course. Although working on the stuff that you want me to work on will take a few days anyway, and I won't ask for payment until after the work is done, so.
That's very generous of you.
That's right. Anything else? Any other thing that you're going to, any other payment methods that you have?
Are you working on anything, Alpino?
Will you accept a song?
Sort of gestures to himself, and you can see as he's gesturing to himself, around his neck is like a pan flute type thing. He's got that around his neck.
Pan flute, yeah.
He's got that wrapped around. He's like, oh yes, I'll definitely accept a little bit of music, especially if it's something I've never heard and it's good.
I don't think anyone's heard the sort of things I do, but yes.
Well, I mean, things. Tunes, melodies, stories, those sorts of things that have never been heard are like gold to us. Or what you call gold, anyway.
Well, yes. No,
very valuable.
Well, then he's the best.
Brilliant. Well, I mean, I believe we've spoken enough about yourself, hero. But what about you? What do you require from me? Surely, if you are travelling together, you require something.
Bless him. The poor lad. The poor lad was touched by the gods. But every time the conversation ends, he seems to keep going back, and then also, yes. I probably actually looks at Vic. I probably need armor, right?
Something would be good.
Yeah. You've talked of braces. He undoes the leather cuffs that he has around, and you've seen like the end of the tattoos, but now you can see the snake head. Probably more I can, so I won't get too badly damaged. And yes,
can't interfere with the playing though. That's quite important, even on the battlefield.
Yes, I need to be able to play.
Oh, well, I mean, I can definitely do something with all of that for you if you'd like to. I'm not going to lie, these things are in terrible condition. Also, what is that on your feet?
Oh,
why does it look like you took it off of a dead body?
A good pair of boots would be appreciated. Thank you, Master Forger. I guess we might need to speak to a level, but if you've got... look at you. Boot greaves, anything that would be... I can't wear... much, as she says, I need to be mobile, but something of a lighter type of armor would be
sort of like a lighter leather type armor thing. Yes, we can definitely do something.
Thank you. Very quietly to think, do I need another weapon? knife, but that's like a dagger. It's not.
Can you use another weapon?
You're going to be training the Dryads. You can train me.
Like maybe a short sword then?
Also, a short sword. Doesn't need to be named. Doesn't need a history. Just a short sword, please.
Oh, all weapons have a name. All weapons have a name. They just need to be discovered.
Very quietly, I'd rather not. But thank you, Master Forger. That's furnace. Yes. So armor and a sword would be appreciated for a song.
Brilliant. Armor and a sword to fit your rather eloquent form, I must say. Yeah, I can definitely do that for you.
Thank you. Just slightly gawky guys. Just like, oh dear, oh my.
Now,
Well, we better leave you to your work then.
well, is there anything else you'd like me to work on for you at all? Is it just you two? Anything else?
Oh,
do you have a horse or anything I could work on?
We do, and do you know anyone who can? Well, obviously you can work with wood. We have a vehicle that probably needs repairs and maybe again improvements.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I could help with the metal side of that, but if it's a wooden cart, then that would be better going off to one of the carvers. They could definitely sort something out for that.
Thank you. Honestly, how is it being a metal worker here in a grove? Seems like a hard life.
Well, I mean, we're in our own little space, so the heat that we emit doesn't intrude with the life of the rest of the grove. It's very rare that we get the Dryad people come in here. If we do, they tend to keep to the back, like those two over there. But we're more here for the other satyrs and for other centaurs and travellers from far and wide who are given access to the grove that need repairs done, like our loud friend outside.
What do you use to stoke the furnace?
It's always on fire.
Oh.
No, but what fuels it?
It's always on fire.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's what would you call it? How do you say it in common? How do you say it in your language? Everlasting, I believe. It never goes out.
You don't require wood to power it.
Oh no, that would be sacrilege here.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Wood is used for various different things around the settlement, but it is seen as a sin. Would that be the word? To burn wood,
Understandable.
Yeah.
and is highly punishable by not very nice things. But it's understandable given his origin. So
Yes, we saw the fate of some of the humans when we
yes, horrible people they are. Deserved everything they got.
Did you know where they came from?
All over the place. People who wandered into the woods for various different reasons did atrocious acts either to their own kind or to others. One of them out there was responsible for killing a unicorn.
Unicorns are real?
yeah. I mean, they're
Endangered, I should say. Very endangered. Killing a unicorn is a sin. Even the gods will smite you down if you do that.
They're not local animals, but as I said, woods have connections. You know, they can cross through from other lands.
Yeah, that's how our friend out there came from the far north. His kind have the ability to travel through sort of gateways between places and all of that sort of stuff. It's very confusing. I say, sitting in a little world of my own. I don't understand
to
it.
Land entirely.
Pretty much, yeah. You have to know how to do it, though.
I imagine it'd be easy to get lost.
And
I can
harder to
imagine
be
that as well.
found. Right. Well, Master Furnace and sorry, is the centaur paying us any attention, or are they just working their
Got
way?
back to hammering.
Yeah, and your friend back, but again, thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing the majesty of your work.
Oh, I like the way you twist your words. Thank you. I'm looking forward to your payment.
Ain't that always the way? Anyway, yeah. Mind how you go. As I start to turn, Fig looks confused.
Picks up your stuff and takes that off. Anything that you didn't want to leave, he will leave, so you can pick that back up. Oh, I apologise. I told you my name, but I didn't ask your names. That's incredibly rude of me. What were your names, sorry?
Elpino.
Fig.
Fig. Lovely names. Elpinor, when you have a spare moment, would you please, would you like to come back? As you said, you had a design in mind for your hero here to go on the shield, so I will need that.
Oh, I know time moves different here, but shortly, yes. I'll get settled and I'll come back. And
I have no idea what you're talking about, but yeah, do come by when you can.
I talk in riddles, friend. Don't worry. Anyway,
I'm even more excited.
Turns and just, starts walking with Fig. You get used to it eventually.
What was that?
What was what?
The flirting.
I have absolutely no idea what you mean.
Oh,
Fig.
come on.
I mean, a grease door is much easier to open. That I could put that in a song. Grease door.
And is that a tactic you use a lot then, is it?
You need to survive. And people give you more when they're flattered. I mean, nothing people love more than thinking
and
that
what
they're
if
special.
he expects more?
Let's go find our accommodation.
Speaking of, actually, is Oakley still like within earshot of us?
Always.
I'd say you're quite far forward that if you didn't want to be in earshot of Oakley, you didn't have to be.
Okay. And how do you know her?
Oakley. Met her for the first time.
You drew her.
I have dreams.
You've dreamt of her.
Yeah. And what?
Was she like that in your dreams?
No. No, we were happy. It's like we were saying about the fates. Like you said, that's when you try and change the path, then the pieces get moved. But you can throw a rock into a river and it will ripple, but it will be the same river, but it is forever changed by your actions. But you can hope for the best. Eh?
Do you think... I mean,
No, go on. I trust you. You're my friend. You're my hero. Go on, speak freely. But be aware, as I gesture to all the trees, where I'm just like, eyes everywhere.
You're still within this blacksmith area. So when you look up out of the tree trunk itself, because even though you've walked into a very small tree trunk and everything's bigger on the inside, it's still a large tree trunk on the inside, and there's no trees on the outside anywhere. Even through the little holes that there would be naturally in the tree like windows, all you can see is the night sky.
Same figure's just looking at the sky a little bit.
It is beautiful, isn't it? You've probably never seen it like that.
No. You're more experienced in all these things. existing stories being real, Are you worried that you dreamed of her?
Yes.
Do you think she dreamed of you?
I hope not. I hope she's going to be happy. I know she doesn't like me very much, but
She doesn't need to.
no. We're going to do this job, and then maybe, hey, the frigid north, hey, it's a big world. It's easy to get lost.
Would you come if I asked?
To the very end. You're my hero. Not just because I'm working for you, but...
Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah,
where were we staying? Come
on.
Oakley?
Okay.
Yes.
What else did we need to see around here?
Whatever you'd like to see. I could also take you to your accommodations as well if you'd like to. You do not have to worry about paying for accommodations. That is covered by our mistress.
Good. Yes. I think. Is it just accommodation or is it food as well? Do we have to barter for our food?
The food will also be provided. All living beings need food to survive. It seems silly to hide that behind a monetary value.
Well,
You're right, it does, doesn't it?
It really does. Yes, that's...
Maybe before, do you have anywhere that might serve as a training ground, that like a wide, flat, open space?
Oh, I'm sure we could use the playgrounds, yes.
I mean, if it's a children's space, children have no place on a battlefield.
I use playgrounds as a loose term. It is a wide open area where people can go to sit and relax and walk around and explore the nature without the hustle and bustle of the markets and the buildings and the trees. And it is well protected and also well protected from the outside world, and also has a large lake there as well.
Sounds ideal. Maybe let's swing by and take a look at that, and then we can figure out a schedule for the next couple of days. We have a few days before the woodsmen arrive, right? So we need to plans. We need to scout out where the wolves are. We need to. We can't fight them until we have weapons back from Furnace, but he said that they were going to take a few days.
You also need to have another say of what you want for your shield. I've got ideas, but I can handle it if you trust me. But if you were like, I assume you want it in blue, or
Yeah.
blue.
Sort of like a blue and purple are sort of Athena's colours.
Yeah. He kind of notes it down where he's like, not Athenian blue, but Athena
Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Owl.
Owl stuff.
Owls.
Bunch of owls.
Yeah.
So, what else is there that we need to prepare? You need to sing for our supper.
Sure.
Oh no! As I said, payment is not required for your food.
It's a turn of phrase. It's a human phrase.
Oh, okay. I apologise. I'm sorry.
No, don't.
And Oakley
apologise.
sort of pulls backwards a little bit.
Oakley, no. We don't. We understand that you're here to help. We don't want you to impose on.
I apologise for imposing on you.
No, Oakley, you're part of this weave now. Don't feel... We appreciate your assistance.
And insight, actually. If there's anything you think we can do to be of help here, anything else you think that we might need to do to prepare if we have to wait a few days, maybe if you know these woods nearby, perhaps while we're waiting for our weapons, if you know safe passages around where the wolves might be or sneaky ways to avoid... We have wolfsbane, but that won't last too long. Perhaps we can begin mapping while we are waiting.
We can help you out. We can assist you with this. We are well versed with the borders of this land, as we are its guardians.
That would be very useful. If you're happy, we can... Also, we probably should find where our associate is. And the cart and the horse.
Yes.
To make sure.
At this point, you hear as you're sort of still within the blacksmith's area, within that trunk, but you can see outside into the mangrove area, you begin to hear the sound of a bell ringing. And you can see people begin rushing around outside.
Good bell, bad bell?
It sounds like a town bell's being rung, as if something...
that could be a good bell. That was a question to Oakley.
Yeah. Oh.
Question to Oakley. Good bell, bad bell?
No. Humans. Please quickly come with me.
All right.
I took my dagger. I have taken my dagger back because I was like, I hand that to Fig. Just gesture to the lyre, just like something.
Thank you. I mean, she technically has a short sword as well.
I think they took stuff off us, so I purposely took the lyre and the dagger back.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Like, yeah.
You all run out into the sort of main area, and you can see people are rushing into trees, up them, hiding. You can see some of the stores have begun shutting up, and as you're sort of in the middle of the street, as it were, basically trying to decide where to go, you feel these roots wrap around your legs and lock you in place. And as you turn, you can see Oakley has put her hands in the ground, and as she does that, Barker is stood next to her and goes, "Shh." You two are both out in the open, and those two almost freeze in place. Everything, all of the mist-like stars begin to dim out, and the town itself goes almost dark, but there's still that light there. You can still see the silhouettes or the shading on the buildings and everything around it. Still got this beauty to it, but it's really eerie. And you then begin to hear the sounds of shouting. And a few minutes later, after a few minutes, you try to move a little bit, but you're still locked in place. You watch as 4 figures come out from a bush, not in the direction that Theo was in, but from the opposite direction. And these figures look like they have seen some form of combat at some point. They're wearing mixed match armor. One of them is completely shaven of head, has scars all over the place. These look like typical bandits, and they're walking around as if they're looking for something with their swords out. And they walk onto what is the main street, and they begin walking towards the pair of you, looking around with scared looks on their faces. As they begin walking closer, Barker still has a finger to their lips. You don't say anything and don't move, and they get right up close to you and then fade into you and out the other side and carry on walking. And they keep going, looking around. They make their way towards where the great tree is, and you watch as they disappear inside it. Although 2 of them, because they've gone in like a spread line formation, 2 of them just phase into the wood itself and disappear inside.
We can sort of still see the town.
You can still see the town, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But can we also see what they see? Like, we can see the forest. Is it just that they're phasing through? Yeah.
We see like the spectral sort of glamour over the top.
You can see basically everything that's in in the town currently. What you saw before you entered into town, the mist and the silhouettes and shadows, you can't see any of that. All of that's been revealed to you. You can see that. You, using that knowledge, can tell that that's what they are currently seeing, but they can't see the town.
Okay. So we've phased into, like, the town, but we think if we made noise, that would still carry.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
Then after probably another 5 or 10 minutes, the mist lights begin to light back up again. The town comes into its brilliance again, and you notice the roots leave your footing, and Oakley stands up and walks towards the pair of you. I apologise for that. Thank you very much for taking the cue and not moving.
Again, bites back. Thank you, Oakley.
Do you know, they looked rough. They looked like they were looking for something, but also scared. Do we know what they might have been running from or looking for?
I unfortunately do not know the affairs of humans, so they could have been looking for anything or running from anything.
And they've definitely left.
Yes, the securities of this place would not have... the lights would not have come back up unless they had exited our territory.
Right. Unharmed, though, I take it. They didn't cause trouble.
They did not cause any trouble while within the grounds, so they would not have been punished. If they had been, we would see them in the garden when we go past.
Again, wince at the fact that they've given it a nickname. Like, good. I think we... yeah, he's kind of rattled by, sort of... let's keep going with the plans. And Theo.
Yes.
We should make sure Theo is... And again, like, as he's sort of rubbing, you can see, like, the fingernails are kind of digging into his... Let's see Theo's unharmed.
Please, allow me to take you to where your accommodations are.
Thank you.
And she leads you to a large tree. Not as big as the mistress's tree, but it's large enough. And you step into it, and when you step back out of it again, which is weird because Oakley says, step into the tree. You step in, and then she's like, now step back out of the tree again. What? You step back out, and you are on a gangplank really high up, and you can see the entirety of the town below. And across this gangplank is a sort of gangplank rope bridge type thing. There is a bunch of little, they're almost like birds' nests, but instead of having the sort of high circle bit entranceway that birds would use to get in, they have like little doors that you can go in and out of. You can walk up to it, and Oakley opens the door for you and gestures for you to walk inside, and you are walking to a one-bedroom apartment, basically. The bed and the sort of seating area are all in this one room, and it's quite a large double bed. This is the room that you have been provided.
And Theo is...
He has not made his way into the town yet, but he will also be provided with a room.
What, a separate one?
Yes, that is correct, is it not? You two are together, and Theo is the one on his own. Is that correct?
Oh well,
it's
well, we
when we're not married.
So... What?
We're not. It's,
no.
So it's not quite in human society. It's not appropriate for a man and a woman to share a room if they're not bound.
I apologise.
There's been a stable situation though,
yeah.
Because no money. So
yes.
I apologise. We will organise for the three of you to have your own separate apartments. I apologise for the indiscretion.
No, that's right.
Fine. Fine.
Bows her head and sort of slips out of the room for a moment, and Barker stays in the doorway, looking at you both really awkwardly, like.
You can come in, Barker. You don't have to stay in the doorway.
Yeah,
Barker walks in.
welcome to the room.
But Barker hasn't actually said anything
Yeah.
at all, so just sort of nods and. A few minutes pass, probably about 15 minutes pass, and
Twiddling.
you,
15 minutes.
you're both like, oh, well.
Well, no, I don't think it would have been 15 minutes. Well, like,
What would
after
you
a
do?
few moments, if Barker hadn't said anything, would have sort of gone back to the, right, well,
Yes.
how is your song coming along?
It is surprisingly good. It's quite upbeat. I thought, you see, to have that sort of like, and there is reference to creation and fire. I thought something a bit like Plenty of Fish in the Sea. We want something that people can sing along, but also something they can hum. Something that
Do they know what the sea is?
Oh, there's fish, but maybe no. Kind of occurs to me. It's like I could just rewrite Plenty of Fish in the Sea. Plenty of trees in the woods.
Acorns?
Acorns.
In the woods?
Plenty of acorns.
Do oak trees grow around here? What is an oak tree?
I mean, we can pay in acorns, but I think that might. If is the tree laughing?
No, that's Barker laughing.
Oh, Barker's laughing. Yeah. There you go.
Do you want to help write the song, Barker?
Just shakes their head.
Oh,
That's fair. Hold on. Let me gets the lyre out. The stylus goes in the mouth. And okay, let's see how. Starts playing the tune that he played a few nights ago, and plenty of acorns in the woods. Back here again for good. Sorry, I'm going to go into my thing. That's
you do you.
Yeah.
I'll be over here.
Cool.
I'm gonna head out onto the sort of the walkway just outside. Next to, I don't know if Barker is still like right in the doorway.
As we
It moves to one
sorry.
side to let you go past. Just like, and you walk out. Barker sort of stood in the doorway looking at you both, like not sure what way to go.
Are you laughing, or are you? Is that your response?
Nods their head.
Do you? It's a lovely view from up here.
Nods their head again.
Reminds me a little bit of the Acropolis. I suppose you've never seen the Acropolis. It's very high up.
Shakes their head.
What do you do around here, Barker, when you're not laughing with us, at us?
Steps fully out of the apartment and stands next to you, look like facing you directly, and sort of their face grimaces into a growl, and they basically just put their hands up and go rah. You don't hear them go rah. They just go rah.
You scare the people away. Did you scare away the menfolk that just went past before?
Shakes their head and then points at you.
Oh, you scared us? We scared them.
They shake their head. They hold their hand out in front of them. Symbolize like protection, and then points at you.
Oh. Well, we're very grateful for it, thank you.
Nods their head, and then Oakley reappears while this is all happening. I apologise. I have booked another room for yourself to have Miss Fig.
Thank you.
Again, and my humblest apologies for assuming.
No, Oakley, it's fine. You're doing great. Customs are different here. That's
But
fine.
it's more that we've heard so many stories about all of the weird things that you humans can get up to, and how there's multiple groups, and we just didn't. We weren't sure, so we thought it would be safer just to. I apologise.
Multiple groups.
Maybe a story for another time. Barker, have you been keeping them entertained? Barker
They've
just
been
nods.
keeping us safe.
nods. You'll have to excuse. Barker cannot speak, and Barker
Right.
Barker lifts their head up, and you can see that they've got a large chunk missing out of their throat. It was there was an incident.
I'm so sorry. Hey, but I understand you perfectly well. So,
Barker nods.
could you show me where the other 2 rooms are?
And Barker looks towards Oakley, and Oakley just does that. And it's the two rooms next to the 2 birdhouses next to each other.
Oh, okay, that's convenient. That's all right then. Good. Won't have to be running across the gantry ways to find each other. What do you all do here for fun?
Oh, there's lots of different things that we do. Most of us, for fun, we all go to the playgrounds. That is where the most fun can be had. Lots of people like to jump into the lakes and things. We do lots of trading and crafting and things. But most of us, especially myself and Barker here, we primarily scout out the borders and prevent those who we do not want from entering. There are instances, as you have just seen, where some people can get through.
Yes. Well, I look forward to working with you then when we do training. I should really check on Theo.
Yes, I know
Anyways.
Barker is particularly excited to learn how your human weapons work, and Barker, with a big grin on their face, just nods.
Oh, well, actually, Barker, what might be useful, I don't know if you spotted when you took it from me. I tend to fight with a spear, obviously made of your fault, like from your graveyards, I suppose. It would be useful to find something similar, I suppose, or I don't know if you can manifest something similar yourself. I don't know how that works, or whether there are fallen folk who would not mind lending their forms to become weapons of defense. Basically, what I'm saying is it will be useful for the training if we could gather materials for people to practice with. But I didn't want to be offensive with it.
That is fine. I can both. Barker, would you like to go speak to our queen and make a request for these particular items that our hero here will need to help train our people? And Barker nods and nods to you and then begins walking off. Goes to go along the gangplank and then falls off.
Oh,
And lands on the floor and then carries on walking.
I guess that's just how they do it. What kind of time of day is it? What are the expected time frames here in terms of...
So you got here probably mid-afternoon, so it's getting to the point where it's definitely dark now, because when you were in the blacksmith's area, there was the night sky above you. So it's definitely night time, but it's probably mid-evening time at this point.
Cool. So, and Oakley said that food would be provided, but didn't suggest where.
No.
Great. Sure.
Unless you ask, obviously.
She's gone.
No, Barker's gone. Oakley's still with you.
Oakley's. Oh, okay. Okay. So in terms of the food situation, what do we do? Where do we go?
We have a great hall. You can come there. We cater for all kinds there. So whatever your fancy is, it will be provided for there, and you'll get to meet lots of different people, and get to eat lots of different foods. Maybe foods that you've not even tried. I will preface, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but the pair of you do, or the three of you, if we have another one coming, will stick out, because humans aren't generally allowed here.
stick out.
I'm afraid I do not follow.
Never mind. Did you have any protocols? Do you want us to, I don't know, dress ourselves differently?
No, you could dress yourselves in our clothing if you would like to, if it would make you feel.
Your clothing or your clothing?
Our style. We have available clothing in each of the apartments.
Right,
if you would like to get dressed into them, if you would like to.
Is that appropriation or is that?
It's only if you'd like to. You can stay in your clothes if you want to.
Okay.
The only thing I would say is just be prepared to be stared at.
Good. Yeah, love that. My favourite thing.
So make sure you wear something that you feel comfortable in. If you do not feel comfortable in our clothing, then do not wear it, because you will be stared at a lot.
Okay. Furnace still has my armour. Oh well, it'll be fine. Good. And what time should we head down there?
I would say within the next hour.
Okay. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Thank you for all of your help and taking us in and being so kind.
Thank you for not attacking us when you saw us.
Oh, well, we wouldn't have. We were coming to talk peace and you didn't... I mean, we were a little concerned you were going to attack us first. So...
We weren't sure who you were until you actually spoke to us. Normally we either stay hidden or get attacked, so it is good to meet kind humans.
I wish I could say that the rest of us were the same. A lot of them try their best, though. It's tough. It's a tough world out there.
Meeting you two brings hope to me that one day we will be able to walk among your people. Maybe.
Oh, that feels like a lot of pressure now. Good. Good. We'll sort of... we'll politely end the conversation, but we'll then head back in to see how Elpenor is getting on.
So throughout, there's just been music playing, and then I rolled a performance. I got a 25. So he's
bloody hell.
It's almost like it's what he's good at.
Touched by the gods. And actually, this sort of like, so you heard the, what the plenty of fish. So, and then about halfway through that conversation, it changed to a different song, which was sort of slower, softer. Eyes of Green turned up through the door, and as soon as you walk in, he stops playing, pauses, and then starts playing the fish song again. How did it go?
Oh, how did what go? We were just chatting.
Well, she said, if you're nice to people, though, you get things. You've learned more about this place?
Yes, so there is a great hall. There will be food. There is food for everyone. They are going to stare at us.
Well, we're humans.
Yeah. There are clothes if you wish to wear them. They're clothes. Obviously, we can wear our own.
Oh, how do you feel? You're in your sort of under armour.
I don't know. I guess I'll look at them and see what it is.
Yeah.
They've arranged another room, so we've got this under either side. So
that's convenient.
All next to each other.
Oh, that's good. Like roommates.
Yeah.
Right.
How are you getting on?
It's working. I think if they're okay with me reusing a song, hopefully they won't notice. Also, I'm not... Well, the Dryads I met, the not the morals, but they're more lascivious. So when I keep talking about seeds, they probably will get what that means. It's a bit...
Sure.
It's not the sort of stuff you sing in a temple, but hopefully, and they will get them.
Did you explain that to me because you didn't think I would get it?
No, I thought you would. I just thought it was worth spelling it.
Oh, no. You're excusing your smuttiness by saying, "Oh, I've got to write it smutty for them."
I didn't want you to judge me for making.
Oh,
it
it's
blue.
far too late for that.
I was going to say for making it blue, but also holds up the notebook. It is like an eagle, not an eagle, so again, an owl, like full on with the massive like Athenian eyes. So it's also quite. Have you ever had those? What are they, like those judgmental cups? You know, sort of like when you drink it, it covers your. It's like that. So the eyes are staring at you. I thought it would.
Intimidating. Yes.
Exactly.
No, I need all the help I can get at that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, happy to work it out. Written in Greek around it is always flying, never fallen. You know, just sort of as a. We're working on it.
It's cheesy.
It's cheesy. It's cheesy. Politely turns, you see him like scribbling, and then holds it so his hands are just not covering. Like he's showing you the drawing again. Yeah.
It's great.
No, it's yeah. It's making me. This place is making me more. The words aren't coming again. This is something about these. I am.
I'm sorry.
No. It's
I should have. We should have had a conversation before. Somehow agreeing to stay here.
No. We're going to do some good. We're going to help these.
Are you going to be okay?
$16. Yeah, of course.
All right.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, should go get have a look at the clothing. See what you feel. I mean, they're not. Usually, I'm covering the. Dryads are more okay with body art than the Greeks are. So maybe sun's out, arms out. No, that's not the phrase.
I mean, Fig knows what you're on about because Fig has a nice, lovely new tattoo on their arm.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to have to work on hiding that as well when we get back.
Well, maybe if you keep your promise, then
It's my intention.
they'll break these. You know.
Do you think she gets any other? Do you think she can hear me?
Oh, I can't. No, I'm joking.
I'm in the trees. I don't think. I think we are being observed always, not only by the Dryads but the woods. Always be polite, always be courteous. Notice how many times I said fake you feel hospitality just to. But no. She seems like a good queen. Hopefully she'll give us a bit of peace. We are doing her a favour. Well, you are. You're teaching them war.
I'm going to try. I mean, it doesn't sound... I know. Don't word it like that. I'm teaching them the holes in the human strategy. I don't want to be known as the person who brought war to the Dryads. That was not my intention. I
think it's already here, the war, whether they want it or not. But if it can save these families, then that's good. But I don't think this is your destiny. I don't think that's what they're going to know you for.
Well, they're going to know you for some excellent songs.
I'm the forgotten man, Fig. That's
Okay, how many times do I have to tell you that you are not?
kind of just.
Because I remember you, and Theo remembers you, and I tell you what, bloody Sponder remembers you.
Yes.
And he will remember both of us as long as we continue to piss him off.
Well,
so.
He sends us off on a simple quest, go sort it out, and next thing we know, we're teaching the Dryads the phalanx position.
You're not forgotten. She'll head off.
As you head out, Oakley's been stood at the entrance, but on the outside the entire time. As you walk out, she looks to you. It appears that your young companion has just entered into the grove.
Ah, good. All right. I better go meet him, make sure he doesn't get himself into trouble. Or any of your folk don't lure him into trouble. I've heard stories. I mean that in a jokey way.
Hear a very faint giggle come from Oakley, but she tries to hide it, but doesn't hide it very well.
Yeah, see, I knew. Wild, forest wiles.
And you can go down and meet with Theo, and I think at that point that is a good place for us to end it for tonight's session. As we
No, let's just check in. Final shot on Elpino's crisis, shall we?
Yeah. What crisis are you going through?
There is just he's there, just again hands on head, and then looks at like the snake tattoos around him, and be like, broken promises, change the future. Right. Oh, do not mention the underworld. Do not mention the underworld. Right. Happy face. And walks out. Hello, Oakley. Good to see you. So, seeds.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We have been Roll Together RPG. If you like what you've seen, you can join us on Mondays and Tuesdays for other content from 6 p.m. UK time. Massive thank you to our sponsors and supporters, and to the D20 Club Dice Heads and others on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one acorn that must be sent to Tom for various different reasons.
I could just grow a forest.
You could just grow your own forest. You could have your own little dryads running around. Anyway.
Oh, no, not again.
With that idea in mind, thought in everybody's heads, we are going to leave you, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.